Hello, I'm Sir Chloe. Thanks for tuning in. I've got a couple songs for you tonight. This first one's called July. If I did it, could you be the only one who understood? If I say sorry, would you tell me I did everything I could? I don't know why I'm fighting, but you're stronger than I am tonight. Can't say goodbye. You're prettier than anything I've seen in my whole life. In late July, I was so happy I could cry. I can't remember why. In late July, you said goodbye. I was so happy I could cry. So happy I could cry. Evil secret, you're the precious thing I hide behind my tongue. I'd be foolish if I trusted you with everything you've done. Call me up, listen as I dissolve. I'll pretend to understand at all. In late July, I was so happy I could cry. I can't remember why. In late July, you said goodbye. I was so happy I could cry. So happy I could cry. This next song is called Untie You. Speak in tongues, I try to write down things you say. Oh, weight bearing, untie you. Oh, suffocated under daggers of emotion. I would try to understand, but I don't wanna know. Down and out, sirens loud, that awful sound. Should I shut my mouth? Don't you feel special? Searches and vigils. Oh, could I come find you? Would I feel sheepish? Oh, weight bearing, untie you. Oh, find it stolen. I would try to understand, but I don't wanna know. Down and out, sirens loud, that awful sound. Should I shut my mouth? Trip to heaven, checking out the place. Funny how you're early and I'm late. Trip to heaven, checking out the place. Funny how you're early and I'm late. The song's called Animal. I tried to love you, but you're not my type. Tried to pretend, but it just don't feel right to be your number one. Should've known better, I tried to stay cool. You were telling me I'm such a fool to say no, number one. Make me behave like an animal. Make me behave like an animal. I'm asking nicely, give me what I want. I'll ask politely, give me what I want. Make me behave like an animal. 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 This next song is called Too Close. He's so beautiful, makes me wanna believe he's got a heart of gold that nobody can see, bringing party favors, dollar bills rolled nice and neat. Party boy, you took too much, it's time for you to leave. I want you, baby, but you're making it so hard. I try to bite the bullet and just take you as you are. You get too close, take the one I love the most, and I think it's time for you to go. Make it so hard, you know you've gone too far, and I think it's time for you to go. So predictable, just like what they told me. You're staring at the floor, tail between your knees, fragile like I've never seen. You're pretty when you do not speak, fragile like I've never seen. You're pretty when you do not speak. You're so unsure, you're so afraid. Don't tell me to listen when you got nothing to say. ghost take the one I love the most, and I think it's time for you to go. Make it so hard, you know you've gone too far, and I think it's time for you to go. You're so unsure, you're so afraid. Don't tell me to listen when you got nothing to say. This is an older song. I wrote it a few years ago. It's called Better Woman. Oh, pretty woman, I would love to break your heart, but I just don't wanna start this again. And all that makes me happy is my fingers through your hair, but I can't see myself tearing you apart. And I don't mind your fingernails in my skin time to time. Just right, we won't find the answer to the silence in our minds. Oh, pretty woman, I would love to call you mine, but I just don't have the time to feel alone. But you've gone and left me with your kisses on my hands, and it makes me wanna take you home. It's alright, I would rather wake up to myself at dawn. And we'll be fine if we cover up our eyes and ears and talk. Don't talk. Oh, lovely woman, I could do to see you cry, but I haven't half the mind to hold you close. But tell me of sorrows that have darkened your eyes so, and I'll bandage up the raw parts of your soul. It's alright, I would rather wake up to myself at dawn. And is it wise to cut each other deep before we walk? Just walk. Oh, bitter woman, you can blame it all on me, but I want you to believe that we are gone. And I'll plant a row of daisies down your spine, so you can know of your beauty all the time. It's lovely to be here at Pioneer Works. Thank you to Bandsintown for inviting me to play on their platform. It's a privilege. Got 2 more songs for you. Thanks for tuning in. You can join me after this set for a Q&A. Or just a chat. This next song is called Sedona. Baby, easy, I lose myself completely when you're trapped in my mind. I can't take you anywhere. You love me, sorry, I'm trying to look pretty. I'm homely inside, you don't seem to care. Loving isn't easy when the thrill is gone. I found my nicotine, amphetamine, the only thing that's good to me. My nicotine, amphetamine, my look at you when I can't breathe. Sedona, Arizona, don't you wanna be nobody every once in a while? Sedona, I'm looking for ya. Nothing even matters just as long as you're mine. Try to convince you I've got nothing to prove and nothing to hide. I'll take you everywhere. I'll spend less time pretending that I am kind. You're along for the ride, not easy to scare. Suddenly it's easy with the lights on. I found my nicotine, amphetamine, the only thing that's good to me. My nicotine, amphetamine, my look at you when I can't breathe. Sedona, Arizona, don't you wanna be nobody every once in a while? Sedona, I'm looking for ya. Nothing even matters just as long as you're mine. So what? I want no sympathy. I got knots inside of me. So tell me when I can believe. Give me peace and sanity. I swear I want no sympathy. This is the final song. Thank you again to Pioneer Works for having me, and Bandsintown for inviting me to play on their platform. Once again, join me afterwards for a Q&A. It's been an absolute pleasure. This song's called Michelle. Walk in the room, take off your coat. You look so nice, I've been so cold. You wanna be my special one. I cannot breathe, please just go home. Michelle, Michelle, you are a monster from hell. Michelle, Michelle, you are a monster from hell. You know just how to be cruel when you shake, yeah. Ain't your lips that way? Michelle, Michelle, you are a monster from hell. Michelle, Michelle, walk in the room, watching you smoke. I'm such a fool. Take off your coat. You know just how to be cruel when you shake your hips that way. I don't care what you say, Michelle, Michelle, you are a monster from hell. Michelle, Michelle, you are a monster from Thank you.
Sir Chloe gently slaying the stage and all of our hearts. Am I right? And from one of Brooklyn's temples of magnificent sound and culture, Pioneer Works. That was absolutely incredible. I'm your host, Elia Einhorn. Hang tight. Dana is going to be joining me here for a chat and to answer the questions that you guys have been dropping in throughout the set in just a moment. I want to give you guys a heads up. If you haven't had a chance to look at the calendar, here are some of the shows that I'm going to be going to. Big Thief's Adrian Lenker is going to be playing. Empress of Flying Lotus, one of my favorites. That dude is amazing if you've never seen him live. Phoebe Bridgers, Jeff Tweedy, Rodrigo y Gabriela, Toro y Moi. All of these are hosted in beautiful quality streams. And you know what? I am about to talk to one of the bands that has absolutely exploded recently. A lot of bands have found it difficult to promote themselves during the pandemic. Somehow Sir Chloe blew the fuck up. Joining me right now, Dana, how's it going, dude? Hey. Good to see you. That was absolutely stunning. I have to say, I don't know. I feel like I need to get a therapist and book a lot of sessions after watching Soccer Mommy and You, because my feelings are coming up. Yes.
Oh, thanks, man. That really
and
that means a lot.
That is a high compliment. Listen, the audience is
always a pleasure to send someone to therapy.
Go, right? That you go. I know the audience sent in a bunch of questions for you, and I want to give them their time with that. But I want to sneak in and just ask you a couple things that I've been wondering as I've watched you guys. Tell me, man, I mean, what does it feel like to have this rabid following so early on when you guys have only played a handful of live shows at most?
Feels great,
Yes.
you know? Feels like, yeah. Feels like $1 million. Yeah, we're very grateful
like
for
37
it.
million
It's definitely,
streams.
yeah, definitely a privilege to have an audience right now.
How do you communicate with them?
All kinds of ways. We have a Discord where we chat all the time, and then also through Instagram and other socials. Just like any way we can. Back when I was selling merch through Bandcamp, I used to write letters to fans and stuff. Yeah, all kinds of ways.
Well, tonight you closed your set with the hit with the hit. Tell me about the making of the rad new video for Michelle, because you guys worked with this amazing artist, Molly Hawkins, who's Harry Styles' creative director on this, right?
Yeah, we got to work with Molly, which was really amazing. Yeah, it was really great. We had a couple calls to just kind of talk about how she interpreted the song and, what my intention with the song was and, what images we were thinking of and imagining that went in tandem with the song, and then kind of made a little mood board of images, and then she wrote a script for the music video. And then
it's a production. It's a production. Yeah.
Yeah. It was very, very professional. It was pretty crazy. Never had anything like that before.
Oh man, really cool. Congratulations. It is beautiful. And viewers, if you haven't gotten a chance to check that out, make sure to catch the video from Michelle. And I don't just mean the hundreds of thousands of TikTok videos where like they turn into anime or they turn into cosplay. I've seen those too, Dana. Well, listen, we are going to turn to the people here. We are going to get some of the audience's questions. Thank you to the Bandsintown Plus squad that's been aggregating some for me, and I picked a few of my favorites. So let's do that right now. We have a question from, and we seem to have a little bit of an issue with the spreadsheet. This is live, people. This is live. This is happening in real time. For some reason, some of the fan questions disappeared from the document. You know what? I'll give them just a moment to get those back. And I have another question that I wanted to ask you, which is like, as you have grown in stature as a group, I wonder, is the word a group appropriate, Dana? Because you are certainly the band, right? You are Sir Chloe in the way that Greta Klein is Frankie Cosmos or Connor Oberst is Bright Eyes, but you do have this wonderful squad around you. How do you guys conceive of it, and how does that push and pull work in the studio and live?
Well, I think we all, it is definitely a collaboration. And we all kind of bring something different to the project. Like, I write the songs, but I produce everything with my writing partner, Teddy. And he helps flesh out everything that I write. And then, we have our instrumentalists, Palmer and Austin, who also really, they bring their own personality to the project. And, you can really hear them in the recordings, with the older stuff, which is we have Willie and Pixel on bass and drums. You can also hear, their contribution to the arrangements sonically, and it's really just kind of depending on who we work with. That's kind of the personality the songs
so there's a very close
take
interplay
on
with you and the musicians. Yeah, that's awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's really important. Yeah.
Well, they have restored the questions. I now have them in front of me, Dana. Are you ready to answer to the people?
I was born ready to answer to the people.
There we go, man. Here we go. This is from Lola. How did you begin making music? And any tips for someone who wants to start making music? What you got?
I started making music when I was a pretty little kid. I just started in my school band. I played trumpet and flute.
In grade school?
And
cool.
Yeah, when I was in like 5th grade, I started, and then I didn't start writing music until I was in 9th grade. I got together with a friend of mine, and we just started playing Carole King covers when I was in my freshman year of high school. And I would just say, if you want to start making music, just don't wait for anyone to give you permission. Just pick up an instrument and play. You don't have to be good.
Just do it. And maybe listen to Carole King. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely listen to Carole King.
This one comes from K. K Records? I don't know. But this comes from K. Favorite album of 2020? Question mark.
Wow.
That's a tough one, I know.
You know, that is a tough one. I have to say I really liked Dua Lipa's Future Nostalgia. I thought that was a great one.
Amen. Amen. It was a banger. Top to bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, big time slapper.
Slapper.
Let's go.
Now,
Yeah.
I've got a question here from Megs. Megs asks, what is your creative process? Now, I know we touched a little bit on that earlier in regards to your fellow musicians in the band, but what about with like the songwriting and the sort of marinating that takes place there, Dana?
Yeah, I have, well, I mean, it kind of depends. There's a couple different ways. I have a notebook where I write any lyrics down that I think of. And then I have, you know, I record things in voice memos all the time. And really, I kind of sit down at my guitar as well. And if I don't have anything on the mind, I'll just kind of go through my voice memos and find one that I like, and then write chords to it, and then usually go from there.
You mentioned your guitar there, Dana, and George Flushington has a question about that guitar. How long have you had the sexy Telecaster? 2 question marks.
My sexy Telecaster.
Yeah, 2 question marks for George.
Yeah. I have had her for about 4 or 5 years now.
How'd you acquire her? I, by the way, I like the gendering. Yeah.
Yes. My dad gave her to me.
Ooh, that's beautiful. So it's imbued with another layer of meaning anyway, on top of being sexy and cool, as George says.
Yeah, totally.
Well, let me ask you this from Archisis, I don't want to presume, but they wonder, there are a few drug references in your songs. I have to say I noticed cocaine in the new single. What is your stance on America's drug policies? Damn, it's like a fucking town hall up in here all of a sudden.
On America's drug policies?
What is yours? Yeah, that's the question. What is your stance on America's drug policies? Dana Foote, what you got?
You know, I'm going to have to do some research and get back to you on that. It's a really great and thoughtful question, though. I appreciate it.
Oh, I love that. Well, listen, we are not going to keep you all night. You've already played a wonderful set for us. I just have one more question before we close things out. And that has got to be the question that Maya sent in, which is something that I wanted to ask you myself. Do you have new music coming out soon?
I don't know about soon, but we are about 6 songs into the album, so we definitely have new music coming out eventually.
Hell yeah! Hey, what is soon these days? Time is compressed. It's all changed.
Yeah, it's all relative, man.
Well, we are here for it whenever it comes out. Dana, thank you so much again for joining us here on Bandsintown Plus. This was such a fucking awesome way to kick things off this first night. Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much, and I'll be following everything you do. To our viewers, thank you so much for joining us. Again, this was such a special evening, and if you haven't had a chance to check out the calendar, absolutely make sure that you catch Big Thief's Adrian Lenker, Empress of Flying Lotus, Jeff Tweedy, Rodrigo and Gabriela. I mean, tomorrow we have Toro y Moi. Tomorrow, I will be back. I will be playing you some songs. I'll be hosting. All of these shows are hosted. All of these shows are broadcast with beautiful quality streams. So keep it locked. Meet us back here. I will see you tomorrow. This is Elia Einhorn signing off. Peace.